Hello BIM learners, welcome to BIMmodeler.com. We are seeing a series of tutorial in Revit. What are the important topics and tips and tricks we are seeing? In today's session, we're going to see an important and very useful topic, which is also related to the project template. We're going to see them. So before starting that, I'll explain you what is happening in the browser organization, which is the topic that we are going to see. Why we have to do. In a project, we may have hundreds of buildings also, or we may have to link them and may have to control them. So there are different scenarios. So let's take one building is there, and one building will have a different level. It could be n number, hundreds of levels. And like this, I have a level 3. In level 3, we may have hundreds of floors as well. Floor plan, ceiling plan. There are many other options available. In each floor, we will have architectural plan, electrical, HVAC, and fire, and other plans as well. For coordination, we will have a separate. Even when you are working on a plan, you have to have these are the sheet views that we are discussing. You may have to have a different view for working. You will be working on different view named options, which is also could be a different working views for different team person, so that the other person's working view may not be disturbed. So this way we can have a control over the floor plan, which is for the sheet printing purpose, which is for the working purpose. So we can define our views. So you will be understanding that these all views are controlled from this level. When we delete this level, automatically these all views will be deleted. So each level can have a different duplicated views. The duplicated views will be dependent on one datum element. It could be any levels of that particular view. So I hope you understand that. So we will be duplicating the same plan and we will change the view settings. If you are not able to understand, there is a full video tutorial about that in the course. We will be discussing that. So we will have a different number of views for a same level. And in the same discipline based, for example, architectural discipline, we may have a different drawings, GA drawings, detail drawings, and we may have a different number of drawings. We will have them based on that architectural plan. These are the structure we will have. So once if we delete one level, it automatically deletes. So we will have 100. We end up getting hundreds of levels. How do we control them? So how do we manage them? How do we easily access them? For example, in my case, I'm an electrical case. Let's say example, I have to see only the electrical floor plans. I don't want to see the mechanical floor plans. I don't want to see the sheets. I wanted to concentrate only on electrical. We should not delete. I should not delete in the model. What we do? So we control them, filter them only that particular discipline, not the other views. So in that way, we may be having each of us will have a control over the drawing. So this is a default template that I have opened. I have a properties palette here and I have a project browser here. I'm using Revit 2026. If you are not using Revit 26 previous version, you may not have the browser project browser buttons like these. I will tell you, if you don't have a project browser, you will have under the project browser under the user interface in the view tab. And once it is taken, so if you're using older version, you may not have this control over in the previous versions. You can have all, or you can have only views, sheets, schedules like that. You can, it is separated now. It is very useful. And in the previous version also, you may not be able to search particular elements. You have to right click on them. So now you can type it automatically. It comes, it will show you the detailed options. Previously, you have to right click on them and you have to go for search options in this, so that you can find elements. Search button will be there. You will be able to find the views that you are looking for. It is very tedious and you will be challenged to find the right words actually. So when we are doing this browser organization, this is the setting. One of, as I said, this is the project settings, and once it is done for a project for a client, it can be replicated. It can be saved as a file, template file. It can be replicated. So there are many settings related to template. This is one of them. So in this time, it shows all of the available based on the discipline. And these are the default settings. So when we say all, as we said, you can see that structural, floor plan, architectural, lighting, it shows differentiating way like these. You can see them. And in the same way, you will be able to see that the other side, browser organization, and you can go ahead and we are in the previous older version, we will have only views option to control. but very recent times they introduced after that sheets, after that schedule, and now they have a panel schedule also. You will be able to categorize them, what panel you will be able to have a control over them. So very much useful when you are doing this. And discipline, so what you need for this to work, you have to have a property for each view, so that the property value will be assigned. That particular property value will be used in the view browser organization here. So what is the property that we are calculating? So we are taking into, but in this case, you can see that if I select the architectural, how it is categorized as architectural heading here. You can see on the left side when you are selecting the view, and you will be able to see that discipline, there is a parameter, it says discipline architectural. If I open the other views like mechanical here, if I select it, automatically the value changes. So we have to create a parameter. It shouldn't be always discipline. The discipline value, it could be anything. You can have multiple parameters. Discipline is one parameter. If we usually have, is it for work in progress file or is it for a sheet? So we have a two parameters. So automatically, is it for our working purpose? So we will have it as a separate. So for in my case, let me go ahead and create another parameter. So we'll have a manage and project parameter. You can go and check that, and we can do it here as new parameter. Let me say that this applies to the view, and I will make sure that, and it comes in the instance property, and the name will be working or sheet. I have to enter two words out of this, and we should not use the backslash as we consider as divided. And I can name that as like this. And common, it's going to be common text value, and it's going to come under a graphics option, and as similar to this one, discipline. Once it is done, I can go ahead and select OK. And would you like to assign the value for this parameter to the currently selected elements? No, I don't want to do it, and I can go ahead, select OK. Okay. Now, if you see that when we have this option, we can select the element, and it must be here work or sheet where it comes. So let's say this is in the we have to assign for all the parameters or for all the views. So we can take the schedule and we can do that. So this is for work in progress file. So view. So when I assign this, automatically the property will be assigned. Nothing happens here. What we have to do is we have to go to the project browser organization. Now you will be able to see that grouping. Under grouping, you will be able to see that the settings, how it appears. Discipline first, it comes under as category of architectural group separately, and then family type. Family type is in Revit nothing but floor plan, ceiling plans, elevation. How do you want to categorize them? So you can see that floor plan, and after that in the same architectural tab, you can see floor plan, site plan, ceiling plan, elevation, sections like that. So in that way, second, it should be grouped by like that. And third, nothing is there. So third, I can go ahead and say based on is it for working progress view or what purpose it is for. So I can select like this. Once it is done, so the view what we have selected here automatically moved into that view. So and also so a question mark will come. It means we have to assign to all the views. Most of the time that's what it happens. Associated level is the main thing that you see that level 1, level 2, the order is defined by the value of this one, how it should be ordered from ground floor to the 100th floor. So what order, or in the name order, ABCD order or family name order, what order that you wanted to short it. So as I said, if you need only electrical based on the discipline equals to only mechanical, let's say mechanical, because mechanical is the floor plan that we selected as work in progress view. So I will need only mechanical. I can select OK now. I can select OK. Now, when you see this, the question, as I said, question mark will come. The other views are for sheets. We have to assign that parameter. So now if you see that there is no other plan views, architectural floor plan views, only mechanical is there. and under that there are two categories that you can see. One is mechanical element for the other remaining level 2. The other view is related to property we assign as work in progress. The other view I will assign as also in work in progress. Now, once it is done, these two I will be working on the project. I have to duplicate the same, and same I will keep it prepared for sheets. So work in progress is separate and sheets is separate. So we can duplicate a number of views, but we can have a control over them. What is need to be grouped under what, so that in a way that it is grouped and organized, and we will be able to see them in a proper way, so that it is easy to handle, instead of having hundreds of views listed underneath. So where we have to go and all. So clearly, the points we learned, the points that we are able to group the views and segregate them, filter them only what views we needed, and we can have a different parameter. That's the important thing. For each property, we can create a different parameter, and we can assign the parameters to the view, and we will be able to organize them based on that particular parameter. Same happens with the sheets and schedules and panel schedules as well. And based on the drawn by whom and issued date, based on that also we can able to categorize them. That's possible in this. So do let me know if you have any questions related to this, and we will be able to address that as a separate doubt clarification video for you. So thank you so much. Do share it with your learning friends. That will be helpful for them and for us as well. Thank you so much. See you. Bye bye.